Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the female reproductive system. What? Female reproductive system. And if you have to understand the physiology of female reproductive system, first of all you should know the anatomy, the anatomical features of female reproductive system. So let's start with the anatomy of a human female reproductive system. Let's come. The female reproductive system consists of two parts. The first part is external genitalia or vulva. External genitalia or vulva. Those parts which can be seen outside. Those constitute what? The vulva. They include what I have drawn here. You can see the outermost part. This one. This is known as this one. This is known as the major lip. The major lip or labium majus. Labium majus. This one. Okay, and on the inner side of the major lip is present the minor lip, that is known as labium minora or labium minus. Okay, and that I have shown this one. this is what the labium minor. It is also known as the plural is what? Labia minora. And these are what? Labia majora. And here is a structure. This structure is known as a pea-like structure. That's a pea-like structure, and that is known as what? Clitoris. 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 Okay. Here are two openings. You can make the notice of these openings. This one and this one. Okay. The upper opening is known as what? The ventral on the ventral side. The opening is what? The urethral opening. What? Urethral opening or urethra. And the lower one is known as what? The vaginal opening. Okay. Well, so now you can see that this opening opens here. I have drawn this longitudinal section of the female reproductive system. So here, this opening, this one is actually this opening. Okay. Well, this tubular structure is known as what? Birth canal. Okay, or the vaginal canal. Right. Here is the cervix. This structure is known as cervix. Okay. Cervix means neck. So here is if you see what this is, suppose that this is the tube of the vagina. Here is, you can see, here is this. Suppose this is uterus. Here would be what? This structure would be what? The neck of uterus. And this neck is known as what? You can see this neck is known as what? The cervix. Okay, And during the copulation or during the intercourse, the penis can be inserted up to here. If you suppose this is penis, okay, it can be inserted up to here, right? Sorry. This is the body of uterus, right? The uterus consists of two major layers. The outer layer is known as myometrium, that is covered over by the connective tissue. The outermost layer is connective tissue. On the inner side of that is what? Myometrium. That is the muscular layer. Okay. On the inner side, this layer is the endometrium. What? Endometrium. Well, on both sides, uterus is connected with the right and left uterine tube. This is uterine tube. Okay. The uterine tube is also known as fallopian tube. Yet there is another name which is given to this tube, that is what? Oviduct. What? Oviduct. Clear? Now, the oviduct ends in an ampullary or funnel shaped structure. Suppose this is the oviduct, it ends in the funnel shaped structure, and that funnel shaped structure is known as what? Oviducal funnel. What? Oviducal funnel. And you can make the notice of these structures here are present. These are the fimbri. We call them what? Fimbri. The fimbri are meant for they move like this, and they capture the ovum, which is released from here. Okay, suppose this is the ovary, and ovum is released from the ovary, and as it is released, it is captured by the fimbri, and then it enters. Suppose it was released just a moment before, it is captured and it would reach here. After reaching here, it has to move to this side. Okay, and subsequently it would reach here. It would pass this constricted part of the oviduct, which is known as isthmus. Okay, and it reaches here, and it will be released from here. From here. Clear? Something which I have told you people here is the story of that very woman, the story of a woman who does not experience the sexual contract. Okay, and the ovum is released outside. If some woman, she has the partner, what will happen? She will have, if she has the partner and she experiences the sexual intercourse, then what will happen? we take into consideration that situation. In case of intercourse, the sperms are released by what? The penis over here. Okay, the sperms are released over here, and they would move to this side, and this side. Okay, and they would move to this side. On both sides, right and left side, the sperms move. And there is, ladies and gentlemen, there is a competition over here. There is a survival of the fittest for what? The genetic material carried by the sperm head. Here the decision is made which of the sperm, which of the genetic material has to fuse with the ovum which is released from the ovary, or either from either side, left or right side. So here is the first decision which is made. Half of the decision, is made by that genetic material which comes from the father, and half of the genetic makeup is contributed by the mother. So what type of the individual would be either intelligent, what sort of the health condition of that individual would be, what type of the eye color, what type of the lips, what type of the hair color, how much height that individual would have, what sort of the blood group that individual would have, that depends upon the contributory genetic material which comes from father and mother. Well, this is another discussion we'll discuss in some other lecture. Rather, in some lecture I also described in case of blood group, if the blood group comes from the mother, that is suppose O blood group, and from the father the gene has come B carrying gene. Okay, the gene is that is coming from father, that is B or A, that would dominate. If vice versa, I mean if A or B is coming, A or B, I'm saying A or B is coming from mother and O has come from father, what will happen? The blood group would be B or A. Why? Because B and A blood group are dominant. So this is another lecture, we'll discuss about that in detail. At the moment I'm telling you people that the zygote is formed here in the at this part of the oviduct. Okay, and suppose the sperms have reached here, the zygote is formed, then what will happen? This zygote will start moving towards this side. Okay, here is the question, why the zygote moves towards this side? This happens due to two factors. One is the contractile movements of oviduct, and the second is the role of cilia, which push this structure, this zygote, and afterwards this zygote becomes two-celled embryo. Okay, two blastomere. Those you have studied in some lecture, that the zygote undergoes the first cleavage and forms the two blastula, and then what happens? The 2 to 4 to 4 to 8 and 8 to 16 and 16 to 32 and 32 to 64 and so on. This zygote and then 2 blastomere stage and 4 blastomere stage and 16 blastomere. As it reaches here, it has about 16 cells, okay, 16 blastomeres, and as it passes from here, afterwards these sperms would be no more here, and as it reaches here, it will have the structure like this, okay. This is known as inner cell mass, and this is known as trophoblast, okay. And the implantation occurs. The whole structure is known as blastocyst. So I would like to make it clear once for all that the zygote is not attached along the wall of the uterus. Now, it is actually the blastocyst. This is now the blastocyst. Blastocyst is attached, my dear, along the wall of your uterus, okay. And as the blastocyst is attached, this is the first day of pregnancy or conception, okay. And if you have understood it, the anatomy of the reproductive system, this is the tubular system, okay, and this figure, this diagram shows what the external genitalia. If you have understood all that well, then I would like to request you people to share all these all this discussion to your loved ones. Thank you very much.